And today we're going to be filming our winter makeup routine for you guys. But before we do anything else, Happy New Year! Happy New Year, whatever. Or whatever. But before we get into anything else, make sure to like this video. Also make sure to turn on our post notifications to get notified every time we post a video. Also make sure to comment down below what type of videos you guys want to see more. If you guys want to see more of these videos, or if you want to see other videos, just let us know down below. Let's get right into the video. So let's get into it. Alright, so first I will be using this GLAM Glow Mega Illuminating Moisturizer in Nude Glow. I'm gonna put it on the same thing. Okay. You can see it. It smells like so good. Custard. Right? Mm-hmm. Like an orange cream. Oh yeah. Oh, and for brows, I'm using the Brow by Benefit. I'm not gonna put it up to the screen because you guys know what it is. I will put it in the description box. I'll be using the same thing. I'm doing very natural eyebrows, okay? Nothing too special. If you guys are wondering what I just used on my face, it's the BADESCU facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. It tastes good though. It tastes good? What is that about? It tastes good. Ew. Alright. Ew, stop. Don't say it like that. Sorry. Facts. Oh, if you're wondering what eyebrow brush I'm using the Real Techniques by Sam and Nick eyebrow brush. It's just called a brow brush. Why is it Bare Minerals eyebrow brush? If you guys are wondering what age we are 19 years old. We do go to college. Bella goes to Boston College. I go to Bucknell University. Yes. And if you want to figure out where they are, you can look them up because I don't want to talk about where they are. We just wanted to see what you guys would like to hear about, like how our college experience are like. If you guys want us to like upload videos like that, let us know like about college or how we're doing in college and stuff like that. Just let us know. But what I'm taking to go in with my concealer is medium to ginger for NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm using that for my brows. I don't really like this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer because it's a little too high coverage for me, but I do like using it to carve out my brows just because I don't really use it, and it does like act as a good concealer just to hide hair imperfections and stuff. Always wet your beauty blender, ladies. Oh Lord. Please stop. Okay, for my concealer, I'm going to be using Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. And I'm going to be using this NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, the Real OG. I've been using this for a good time now. We used to never do eyebrows, and so it was like an acquired thing because we never really, I mean, as all makeup is, but we never used to do our brows, and then we started doing it just because we realized that like our eyes were missing something when we would have like heavy looks and it would just kind of look weird. So that's when we started doing our brows, and we like them very natural. Like we don't really like doing them, you know, high coverage. I don't really go for that, and I kind of went for that today, so it's kind of misleading, but I try not to go for that every single time. So I try to carve them down and make them not as bad. But anyways, I'll be going with this. Usually my sister and I use the same one, but she's been liking this drugstore one recently. Yeah, so that NARS Radiant Cream Concealer that Bella has and that I also have is around like $30 at Sephora, and that's a very high-end concealer. And if you're planning on not spending that coin, you can get the instant you can get the shut up. You can get the Maybelline you can get the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, which is about, I think I paid like maybe $8 or $9 for, which is really good, and it's such a good drugstore concealer. Like, it's so nice. I love it. I recommend it for people who don't like super high coverage concealers because it's like buildable, but it's also not like too high coverage. It's like medium to low, I'd say. And this is just very natural. Usually I use a foundation, but I kind of started using, well, right now I kind of still have my tan from the summer, so I don't really need to do much. Yeah. And like I used to use foundation a lot when I was doing my makeup, but I don't know, I just got tired of it. So especially during the winter time when your skin gets really, really dry easily. And I don't want to have too much cakiness on my face, so I use something very light, which is just concealer, which basically fixes all the imperfections on my face that foundation would. So if you guys are wondering, the Beauty Blender is kind of already damp, so that's why I'm using it. I didn't put any water on it. And it's a Real Techniques Beauty Blender. Yes. I will say that this is nice and all, and it's very expensive, but it goes by quick if you use it a lot. So, so you can go for an alternative, such as the Instant Age Rewind Concealer. It's pretty neat, Okay, so we're both going to be taking the Laura Mercier The Invisible Loose Setting Powder, and it's a universal shade. Yeah! Oh, and it looks like this. I just take my Tarte brush. I think this is a kabuki brush. I don't know if it's right. Yes, kabuki brush. And I use that to set my face. And I will just be using this Tarte, I think, well, it is kind of like a stippling brush, so that's what I'm going to be using. And usually, like, if I'm going out, I'll, like, leave the baking powder on for a good minute or so just to settle in so it doesn't, so the makeup doesn't move. But since today, like, my sister and I aren't going anywhere, I'm not trying to go all out. So a lot of people like to bake their powder and like leave it there for a while, but what I like to do is just take the powder and kind of go all around my face, because I feel like the longer you leave it in certain areas, the drier your skin's gonna get because it is sucking out all the oil. So a lot of times your foundation is gonna crack a lot faster if you leave it there to set for too long. So what I like to do is just like go around my face and do this, because I learned after a while of doing it the way that I used to do it, of just letting it sit there, that it would get really dry and crack really easily. So what I meant by like sit there is like not for an extremely long time, maybe like a minute or so, maybe like not that much actually. It's usually for days where in the summer your face is more prone to getting oily, not really in the winter where it's crack-a-lacking. Right. But in the summer, because you don't really have to worry about that, because the cold's gonna dry out your face for you. Facts. So I kind of don't leave it on for that much, but I usually do like on a normal day. And then I take this brush from Tarte. I think it's a contouring brush, and I use this brush for my contour. I'm just using the kabuki brush to wipe off my powder, just because it's big and it takes off all the powder. And then I use my HOOLA Benefit bronzer to go in my face. Alright, so usually I use my HOOLA Benefit bronzer, but recently I've been loving this Tarteist Pro Glow To Go palette. It's really, really small. It's really nice for travel size, and I'm just going to use this chisel shade right here and use the same brush as Lauren, same contouring brush. I don't go too in on it. Actually, I usually more so when I'm going somewhere fancy, I'll do more of a contour with my Anastasia contour kit, but today I'm just going to bronze it and use that as contour. You have to be resourceful sometimes. Facts. It doesn't really matter, and I'm going for more of a natural look today, so I'm not trying to go all in with contour, so I'm just going to do bronzer. And I just try to add color to my skin, because in the winter I end up turning like a pasty gray. So yes, all those tan girls, yes, all those tan all the tan girls out there know that in the wintertime we get pasty. We look crazy. Get that chalky. We get that like olive-y tone of skin tone, but in the summer we looking nice, like nice golden biscuit, you know. But right now we look crazy, so you have to just bronze up that face that's usually not looking like that in the summer, but right now you gotta compensate for that melanin that's missing. So right, but I don't go all in where I look completely different than my actual skin tone. I think the most annoying part is having to blend into your hairline so that everything matches, because because you have to just like, you have to blend in that, you just have to blend in exactly where like your scalp starts. Your scalp? Sorry, your scalp. And the trick I learned is when you start your contour, you don't really like contour, bronzer, whatever. You want to start it like up here, and you don't really want to drag it down. You want to bring it like up here and keep going up. You just want to bring it up. You don't want to bring it down, because then it'll just make the appearance of your cheeks look like they're not there. And the whole thing is you're trying to highlight your like make it like a chiseled like jawbone, and your cheeks show as well. So what I do that a lot of people don't do is I take my bronzer and I put a little bit underneath my eyes just so that they don't look really white due to the powder that I put on earlier. Oh, that's what I do too. Like I can go in with an eyeshadow that looks exactly the same as this, but then I'm just like might as well as like I'm just contouring my whole face, so I just try to make it as natural. And since it's still kind of pale from the concealer, I just go like what Lauren said, just over my eyes and underneath as well, and it just creates kind of like an illusion as if you really put effort into your eye makeup when you didn't. This looks very natural. We love good natural look. Good natural look. I think setting up your foundation and all that takes so long. It really takes forever. See, I made a mistake, so I'm gonna go over. I made it a little too dark, so I'm just gonna go over it with my beauty blender. What I really like about the concealer that I showed you guys before, the Maybelline Instant Rewind, Age Rewind one, is the fact that like it doesn't mask my freckles, because I have freckles. I don't know, you guys probably can't see it, but I have freckles underneath my eyes. So that it helps to like really cover up the blemishes and everything, but it doesn't cover up the freckles, which is really nice and stands out in my makeup, which is so cool because a lot of concealers don't do that. They just kind of cover everything. And so I basically just bronze my whole face just to match everything. And because once you start, you can't stop. So. And this is basically the same makeup like look that I use for like a soft glam look as well, but I just do a little bit more. That's it. And the key to like having a natural face is like what I do for eyeshadow, since the bronzer's all over my face, I take that same bronzer, HOOLA Benefit bronzer, and I apply it on my eyes a little bit, so that way your eyes look like they're not a different shade tone from the rest of your face and it looks crazy. But that's a simple way, like a nice hack of making your makeup look more natural. Oh dang. Yeah, I just go in with my Tarte brush like this. So we did have our palettes that we use usually for makeup, but we realized we don't really do our eyeshadow when it's our natural, because it's all like an updated winter makeup routine. And we're not gonna lie and say that we do a whole glam look when we don't. Facts. So all about being truth here. Look, I feel like for a lot of people, your makeup changes like depending on the time of season it is. Like you might have really heavy makeup in the summer, or light in the winter, or vice versa. You know what I mean? So it might change. In the summer, I do also keep it pretty natural, just because it gets hot, and then your face is like just steaming, and then it gets like really hot. So right. But that's what that setting spray is for. Okay, so all I did was I just used my Laura Mercier powder just to clean up the contour. All right. So for my inner corner, I usually put a little highlight in the inner corner. So I'm taking, I might take Amber Gold. I'm taking Amber Gold and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit palette, which is this pinky shade right here. I just put that in my inner corner. So pretty. Oh, I don't think I put enough underneath my eyes. Oh, and I'm just taking my Tarte brush for that as well. I don't know what the names are for these brushes, so just I think you could tell by the look of them. I don't know. And now I'm gonna just use my kabuki brush to wipe that away, which helps create a more defined line. Then, with this Dream Glow Kit, I've been using this recently because I got it for Christmas. I think I'm just gonna go in. Well, this is not usually my everyday routine, but I kind of wanted to try something different because I always do inner corner highlight with my eyes. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with Ethereal, which is just like really pretty. So I'll be going in with this really cute Tarte brush. Don't know what it's called again, but I think it's just one of the brushes I use for inner corner highlight. It's just a flat head though, just because it's easier to just get in your inner corners. But I don't know why I'm doing it backwards, so I don't have to deal with it. Alright. Okay, and for my lashes, I'm going in with the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. We've been doing makeup for at least like 4 years now, right? I feel like, yeah, 4 years. Around 4 years, because it's the new year, so yeah. So around 4 years. And we do very like out there looks. Not out there, well, just very like, I wouldn't say skill because I don't call myself a professional, but I know what I'm doing. Looks, we do more so just very complicated looks. There we go, like more complicated looks when we like go for events and stuff, but we usually just stick to a very natural routine when we're in school. Right, yeah, definitely. During college, I barely wear makeup. And when I do, I wear makeup on Fridays because I call it like pop out on Friday. So I always pop out on Fridays, but during the week I look hit. I don't wear any makeup at all because college is a struggle when you don't wear makeup. It's a bare face all day, every day. Yeah, until Friday or the weekend. It also takes effort when you have classes and you don't want to have to worry about your face in the morning. It also takes time. Yeah, it takes so much time. I usually have to wake up so much earlier just to do my makeup. I know I've probably talked about this mascara before and that we've talked about it, but this Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara is by far like one of the best drugstore mascaras I've used. It's really, really good and accentuates your lashes so well. Alright, and now I'm just going to use this Bad Gal Bang Benefit mascara. Usually I use my Maybelline one, but I ran out. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm just going to use this one. And it actually is really, really good. Because Benefit also has really good ones. But I mean, they're not like a drop, like they're not expensive, you know what I mean? So they have the really good one, which is the Royal Lash one. But this one is so small and it's cute, and I like travel size things only because it's much easier to just throw it somewhere. Not like mascara is big, but it's just cuter and just nicer, and like to have in your purse, you can just throw it in there. I love this mascara just because of like the way it just like spreads out your lashes, and it's not that clumpy, and which I don't mind clumpiness. I feel like sometimes people in the past like hated clumpiness, but I feel like it adds more like a dramatic look to your eye. Yeah, like not too much, but just enough. For my highlight, I'm going to go in with a setting brush from Real Techniques. And then I'm going to take the shade that I used before for my inner corner, Amber Gold. And I usually, for my winter look, I usually use like these 3 highlights here in my Anastasia Glow Kit palette. It's usually Golden Dawn, White Sand, and then Amber Gold. I use like one of those 3. Okay, so I'm just going to be using my Real Techniques highlight brush. It's kind of flat, kind of not, so it just kind of like dusts over so you don't get like an overage of highlight. But since I went with excuse me, the ethereal highlight that I did before, so I'm just going to go in again with that to do my nose highlight, like the bridge of my nose and my Cupid's bow. And I don't really do my side highlight only because since it's more natural, I feel like I don't really like doing that because my inner corner just does a lot. And then if I do my other highlight, especially with this like purple, it'll kind of look like a lot when I'm trying to go for a natural look. I can't not add highlight. I always add highlight. I don't know why. I just can't not. But Bella doesn't like using it when she's doing natural. Yeah, like if I'm gonna go all out, I do it, but I don't really do it when I'm doing a natural look. And then I put a little bit underneath my eyebrow. I do some of my Cupid's bow, just like not too much, but just enough so when you do like lipstick or something, it just looks really pretty. I do some of the bridge of my nose. Sometimes I have to tone it down just because I don't think it looks like a lot, but then I look in the mirror and I'm like, whoa. I go crazy with the highlights sometimes, but yay. I'm just gonna do some also under my eyebrow, and since it has to be more natural, I'm going to use one of the highlights from the Anastasia Glow Kit palette, not the Dream one, but the regular Glow Kit. Alright, so we usually don't use lashes. I mean, unless it's like a heavy look. Unless it's like a heavy look, or we're doing, it's just like a party look, or like, maybe if we feel like it, but not really. We kind of just go for a mascara, because also we're talking about like how we do everyday makeup in college. Like it's kind of easier to just... Yeah, lashes take forever. Yeah, and they're so annoying. So for my lips, usually I go with my Fenty Beauty lip gloss. It's like the champagne-y kind of color. I love it. And for my under the eyebrow, like the brow bone highlight, I'm going in with the White Sand shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, the one right here. Also, sorry if you can hear noise in the background. That's a dishwasher. And then to finish off my makeup, I usually finish it off with some Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Sorry. And if you're looking for a nice spray to use that's not too expensive, I'd recommend Morphe around like 13, 15. Yeah. So I go with my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Sorry, I was just hearing you. That was like your indicator. And that holds your makeup.
I didn't know it smelled like that.
Alright, so after I'm done with that and I try to make it look as natural as possible, I was going to go with this, but I've been liking this Marc Jacobs lip gloss. It's an Enamored. And just to finish off, after I spray, I usually go in with like a little beauty blender just to like fix up the little spots that I might leave from the spray. So also, Lauren's always done with her makeup before me. So usually if I'm usually done before her, there's something wrong. Ew. So I'm gonna go in with this Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. There are definitely cheaper alternatives than this because this is $35, $38. I think so. Yes. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go in with this. Ooh, it's hard to open. And it kind of smells like baby wipes. But I'm just gonna go in with just a 1, 2, 3. I don't do too much because, yeah, I'm not gonna try to waste it. Alright, so that was our winter makeup routine for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And also just stay tuned for other videos that we have in the future, such as more makeup routines if you let us know if you guys like these. And other fun videos that we're going to try to film for you guys. It is kind of hard for both of us to film videos because we both go to separate schools. So when we come together, you know, situation or whatever, but we make a lot of videos. So stay tuned for more videos in the future and just let us know if you guys like these ones. Also comment down below what other videos you guys want to see from us. If you guys really like these videos, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And to make sure that you guys comment down below what exact videos you guys want to see. That would help us out a lot. Just, yes. So we know what you guys want to watch. Okay, well, that's it from us, but yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Just sing me your sweet lullaby, just the sound of your